What's going on, YouTube's R-E-E-Z to the O-N coming at you once again, doing this like no other. Yo, check this out, man. I want to do a video real quick on just my thoughts to the abundance of reaction from video game enthusiasts, gamers of all kinds all over the world, and gaming experts and so-called experts and everything in between on the review of Xbox One yesterday. And I'm going to talk about a very interesting statement coming from EA. Another interesting statement coming from EA sometime yesterday. But we'll get to that in the appropriate time. Right now I'm going to deal with the Xbox One reveal. And well, I should say I'm going to deal with the reactions from gamers and people around the world to the Xbox One reveal. Man, the gaming community has become so, I don't even know the word to use, ridiculous really, and insatiable. That's basically the best way I can describe it. Over the last couple of generations, we are talking about a group of people that for the most part just cannot be satisfied, just cannot be content, cannot be happy, ungrateful, just people that have a sense of entitlement. You know what I'm saying? Let's just do a recap real quick so you can see where I'm coming from. Everybody has been dogging Nintendo for years because the Wii was underpowered next to its PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 competitors, and did not have the graphical power, nor did it have some of the big time games like the the Uncharted's and the Resistance and the Gears of War and things like that. And those are exclusives to those systems, but you get what I'm saying. The big multi-platform games like the Assassin's Creeds and things like that. They didn't have HD. Their online sucked. Blah 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 blah. So you've been slamming Nintendo for years about this. Then Nintendo, a year and a half, 2 years ago, reveals the Nintendo Wii U and says this is the next generation console of gaming for Nintendo. HD graphics, even better than the PS3 and 360, which it delivers. And this is early in its life cycle. It's going to get a lot better looking, but that's another story. So they deliver and reveal a console with HD graphics, better than the current generation of consoles. An online network, the Nintendo Network, that's going to be streamlined and a lot easier and better to interact with and easier to connect and play with friends than the Wii U's system-to-system connection that it had. An innovative new controller with a touch screen, basically like a game, like an iPad/controller, with every other functionality that's ever happened in controllers in the last 20 years, all wrapped up in this one controller. So it is the Swiss Army knife of video game controllers. And what else? I mean, and everything in between. Nintendo basically reveals a system that has everything that you've been dogging them for, and everybody starts to hate. Oh, it's gonna be garbage, it's outdated, it's only slightly better than 360 or PS3, blah 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 blah. They weren't happy. Then PlayStation, after the Wii U comes out and has a solid holiday selling season, slows down dramatically now, understandably, because of the economy, and not just the economy, the lack of games, and it's struggling for the moment. People will continue to talk crap and hate on it and make doomsday jokes about Nintendo and this console. So the PlayStation 4 gets revealed this past February. What I thought was a very impressive reveal. I thought they showed a lot of game footage, showed you more than an idea of how good the graphics are going to be on that beast. Talked about their intent in getting into the social gaming scene as far as using Facebook and the share function and all that, kind of like what Nintendo's doing with Miiverse. And I thought they did a hell of a job. I was very impressed. Matter of fact, I don't know if I made videos about it, but I know I made comments on my Facebook pages about how I felt like, wow, Nintendo's really got a lot of work to do because PlayStation's looking like they could be king this generation. Well, then here comes, and then after that happens, everybody slams the PlayStation 4. Oh, this is garbage. It's slightly, a graphical upgrade, and now a share function. That's it. That's what next gen is about. Blah 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 blah. Just people that cannot be satisfied. That is what the gaming community is right now. It reminds me a lot of the internet wrestling community, but that's a whole nother story. So they start slamming and talking about the PS4. And then the PC gamers are always all over this, always making fun of the consoles, because the consoles will never be as high-end as the PCs. And if they are, it'll be for a couple days until it gets outdated. Okay, whatever. So then here comes Xbox One, with what I feel was one of the best reviews in history. I mean, I thought this review was epic. I thought as good as the Wii U review was 2 years ago, and it was awesome. I thought this Xbox One review was astronomically just better than anything I had seen in a long time as far as a review for a system. It was incredible. They showed game footage. They showed you what the graphics would look like. They showed you their whole intent on bringing everything in your living room as far as entertainment under subjection to one box, one machine, their system. They showed you the new controller. They showed you how easy it was to use a new Kinect with voice commands and voice recognition and the gestures to move through the interface, how flawless it was. They showed you how awesome it's going to be to have your games switch, between your game and other inputs, like if it was switching a channel on a TV, how you can control the TV and the guide channels, how you can snap different applications live at the same time without losing any performance. They showed you a lot of things. And here comes the gaming community, predictably, typically, with hate and anger and discontentment. And oh my God, this is garbage. I don't think they showed enough. Oh, the controller hasn't really been redesigned. Oh my God. And they even have a Blu-ray drive now, which is one of the things the PlayStation people used to hold over Microsoft fans' heads. They got that too now. And there's still just nothing but hate all over the internet. And then it's funny to me because it's like, okay, you hate the Wii U, you hate the PS4, you hate the Xbox One. So what are you gonna pick in this generation? Nothing. You're gonna stick with the 360, the PS3, and the Nintendo Wii, the original. Same consoles that you bashed and you hated when they first dropped until they got rolling. It's the same cycle over and over and over again, and it's just obnoxiously annoying. It's like, Jesus Christ, get a life. You can never be content. They give you everything you're asking for, and then when they do that, you turn around and have a bigger list of stuff that you would want. Oh, now they're mad because the PS4 and the Xbox One use x86 or 86X whatever processors that are high-end PC based instead of the old school GPUs. So now there's no backward compatibility for Xbox 360 or PS3 on the new consoles. Yet they're giving you all this other stuff, and you're still mad because there's no backward compatibility. That's why you keep your old systems. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, there's going to be no backward compatibility. People were mad at the Wii U because it was backwards compatible with the Wii, but not backwards compatible with the GameCube. So hold up, you want a system to be backward compatible with everything it's ever come out with? The company's ever come out with in its lifespan? No, that's why you have the digital stores. That's why you have the virtual console. That's why you have Xbox Live Arcade. They're going to bring the games that you can't have backwards compatible out on these platforms, out on in this way. But they're still always complaining. Always complaining, man. Now all of a sudden, it's funny because today, I've been accustomed to hearing nothing but negative Wii U news. Well, not really news, but opinions and stuff from people all over the world. All of a sudden now today, people are saying that with all the hate that's coming on PS4, the hate that's coming on Xbox One, and how they have no backwards compatibility, and this and that and whatever. Now that the Wii U, with its backwards compatibility and when its unique experience, since PS4 and Xbox are going to be so similar, which was the case with this past generation, that the Wii U is in a unique position where it can actually determine its own fate, and that it can actually do well. So the opinions are constantly changing. These quote unquote gamers, which man, they ain't gamers. They're haters. They hate on everything. Every time something gets revealed, they swear they could have done it better. And it's just funny to me. It's funny to me because y'all ass still gonna buy one or more of these systems. Don't tell me you're not, because I know you are. So shut up and enjoy them. That being said, now I got that out the way. Let me go on to EA. EA. Oh. What a joke of a gaming company. They expect to be respected and feared because they have the rights to pretty much all the sports franchises, for be it the NHL, be it the NFL, the NBA, whatnot. But the only one that they have exclusive rights to is the NFL, and that's coming to an end soon. I hope they don't renegotiate. I hope the NFL wises up and says, man, fuck EA, but you never know. But the only one they have exclusive is that one. So there are other NHL games that can come out. There are other MLB games that can come out. There are other NBA games that can come out and that whoop the crap out of anything that EA does with basketball. They're supposed to be feared and respected because they have a lock on the sports gaming world. But their sports titles are crap. They have traditionally, ever since the advent of the 2K series and all the sports, they have been crap. NHL Live, which is always used to be fun in the 16-bit days, and it's been fun, alright, these past couple generations, never could hold a candle to NHL 2K. NHL Live was never on NHL 2K's level. NBA 2K, from its debut on the Dreamcast, has put the smacketh downeth on NBA Live forever, to the point where they didn't make an NBA Live for the last 2 years. MLB 2K, when they were making those games, I'm not sure if they still are, but when they were making those games, significantly better and superior to the MLB, the EA baseball game. I forget the title now because it's insignificant. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on. You're supposed to be feared and respected because you have a lock, so to speak, on the sports gaming world, but your sports titles are crap. And everyone knows it. Okay? Everyone knows it. Well, anyways, EA, who has been so vocal about how much crap the Wii U is and how they're not going to make any games for it and they're pulling back support, who has been called the worst company in America 2 years straight, 2 years running. They're going for a three-peat next year. Who has been vocal about their hate towards the Wii U, who has said they're not developing any games for it, who has basically pulled back all their support and been caught in lies, saying that their engines cannot be supported on the Wii U because it's less powerful than the current gen systems, blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows that's garbage. They've been caught in lies, where their own developers have come on and said, hey, we've had these games running beautifully on the Wii U. EA just didn't want to sell them. Now, all of a sudden, they retract their statement that they've been touting around for the past 2 weeks about how they have no games coming out for Wii U at all, and they say that they are working on some Wii U games, but that they're not going to give the Wii U as much attention as they're giving Microsoft and Sony. Really, wow, what a surprise that you retracted that statement. What a surprise that you realized that you you should have never made that statement in the first place about one of the biggest gaming giants the world's ever seen, and a system that has a tremendous fan base, whether handheld or console based, ever. One of the biggest groups ever is Nintendo fans and Nintendo users. What a surprise you pull that statement back. Now you pull that statement back and you say you're making something, you're working on some titles for the Wii U, but nowhere near as much as the Xbox One and the PS4. Well, I got news for you. Everybody knew you were going to pull back that statement. Everybody knew you were a bunch of cowards who basically just have a personal vendetta and grudge against Nintendo. But you better realize real quick what business is business and personal is personal. Because once you start mixing the two, you're going to miss out on some money, boy. Because Nintendo got supporters, Nintendo got fans, Nintendo got people buying up their consoles throughout history. Alright, so no surprise they pull that statement back. Oh, well, it's only a couple of games. Well, you know what? Those couple of games are all you're going to need, because once Nintendo starts dropping that first-party magic and third parties get more and more bold and start coming over to that system and making great experiences on this system, you're going to up your ante, and all of a sudden your unprecedented partnership with Nintendo, which is the same thing you said last night or yesterday in the review with Xbox, an unprecedented partnership with Microsoft. That partnership with Nintendo is going to all of a sudden be back in the limelight, and the things are going to be peachy between you and Nintendo. But you know what? At that point, Nintendo's going to have you by the balls, because they're going to be able to make whatever it demands. And if you want to make games on their system and sell them, you're going to have to bow down to their commands. That's what happens. That's what happens when you're ignorant and when you put personal above business. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say about EA's punk ass. Basically, man, as far as the Xbox One review goes and the reactions to it, man, like I said, man, the internet, the gaming community has turned into another version of the internet wrestling community. Ludicrously unsatisfiable fans that just, you cannot please them no matter what you do. So, if there's anybody from Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft watching this video, I doubt it, but just on the off chance, I want to say this to all of you, especially Nintendo, because that's my company of choice, but to all of you. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Fuck the haters. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the industry and you got a passion to make games and systems and all that, then do what you do. And stop trying to completely please everyone, because you're not going to do it. No matter what, they're always going to hate. They're always going to have something to say. So, that being said, God bless y'all. Stay gaming. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, y'all three, keep making games. Keep making systems. Keep doing your thing. I'm enjoying the hell out of all of it. I already got my Wii U. Been playing it for 6 months, and I love it. Can't wait for the first-party games and more third-party support, but I know that'll come. Xbox One and PS4, I'm not sure which one I'm going to get. I'm leaning towards Xbox One, which is shocking for me, but hey, man, the review really got me hooked. You know what I'm saying? So, and to all the rest of you game players out there, video game users or whatnot, who are constantly hating and trolling and bashing systems and all that, get a life. God bless y'all. Stay gaming. This is Reezon, your boy. Holla.